Back at it once again, little Tuesday night racing, race number 6 in the six-pack challenge here for the fourth season of the RBR Maritime Group, the Tulco Electric 150 Championship Night here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr. up here in the broadcast booth alongside me, as has been all month long here for the RBR Maritime Group, Mike James from up on the rock. Mikey, how we doing?
Hashtag excited. Hickory, baby, it is championship night. Pace cars have already exited, and here we go. It's going to be Delaney and Roma on the front row, and 10 laps on the board here tonight for some heat race qualifiers. We're going to sort these guys out for the big event. 150 laps going to be on the board for the Tulco 150. So it's going to be a bit of a wild night here. Lots of action. I know Brett Suggs is in line for a championship here tonight, but you got to finish the race here tonight as we see Rational Richard Drake off the track, and we're still under green here.
Couple of heat races before the main feature here tonight. Brett Suggs comes in as the championship leader, 12 points over young Tanton Woldridge, running in second. Caden Tufts, 25 points back in third. Noel Fougier and Brian Hacker tied for fourth place, 35 points back each. Those guys not going to be able to come home with the championship here tonight because we've only got 25 cars here at the track. Maybe 26, maybe 27. A couple of late entries that have come in to the track, the virtual Hickory Motor Speedway. But Brett Suggs, Tanton Woldridge, Caden Tufts all within 25 points here tonight, still mathematically eligible to grab that championship.
Too bad we're not seeing Dr. Noise in the mix here tonight. Bill will not be with us again, unfortunately, but he took the first two wins of this series, so just fell off the ladder just a bit there, and unfortunately he won't be with us as I don't see him in the lineup, but it's been a wild couple of weeks here, 6 weeks now of the RBR series here in the Maritimes. Some of the top drivers from Eastern Canada and also a few Americans peppered in here.
And you can see right now Chris Roma leading them all here as they come to the stripe. 3 laps to go for the number 83 car. Edwards right on his tail. The McConey setup shop, number 32. Good-looking paint scheme on there. I love that flat black and gold combination. How about that on that car? And then a little side-by-side action as the caution flag comes out between Delaney and the 88 of Tufts. Looks like Mark Williams in the 42 down on pit road. Barney in the flag stand letting everybody know the caution flags come out.
I like that name.
I think Timmy named him Barney. I'm not 100% sure on that, though. But we'll back up to
Did you watch Vegas on Sunday? Oh, that late caution. Thought it was going to go to the Gibbs, but the Hendricks boys came home once again.
Yeah, Hendricks, tough to beat here throughout this 2022 season. I missed an entire year there. How about that? Just looking through.
It's okay.
Yeah, it could be worse,
Let's
I guess.
Go back to 1969.
Sure, yeah, back when we, well, I guess we'll leave that for another day. There you can see a couple of cars pointed in the wrong direction. A couple of drivers just going for the same piece of real estate between the 27 and the 09. 09 going up a little bit too high, touches the wall just a little bit, and comes back down to the 27 car of Leighton. So Leighton and Hamilton going to have to restart this one back in the back of the pack, and it's going to be tough to kind of climb their way back up. But we're going to get ourselves the first green-white checkered of the night. The lights are off in the iRacing Mustang pace car, lined up 2x2 all the way through. Going to be the 32 of Edwards. Up on the high side, the 83 of Roma taking the bottom side. Going to get that green flag with 2 laps to go. There goes the pace car. Going to go down to safety at pit road. Green flag flies. Roma gets the whole shot. The 32 still strong on the outside.
Yeah, a little two-lap overtime here for this heat race qualifiers. Roma controls 32. Trevor Edwards has been dominant here. It's only his 3rd race of the season. Missed the first half, but took a win already and took, I believe, a 2nd place. So 2 podiums, 2 for 2, as we get checkers out for Chris Roma and the 83 team. But keep an eye on Trevor Edwards tonight. He's might be vying for Suggs here tonight for a big win. But Brian, my apologies, Tufts, Caden Tufts will be the final place on that podium.
No time to waste as we get them lined up for heat race number 2. Hacker and Duncan going to start up front. You can see the finishing results there on your screen from heat race number 1. Roma and Edwards finishing 1 and 2. Tufts, Delaney, Black, Hamilton, Drake, Leighton, and Williams, the 9 drivers finishing up on that one. A little bit of trouble there for the 42 early on, but going to get those drivers into the main show here tonight. In behind Hacker and Duncan, we've got Cassidy, Byron Gates, Tully, Fougere, and Vitch. 8 cars going to be getting down and dirty here for heat race number 2.
Down and dirty here at Hickory. Noel Fougere had a great start to the 2022 season for RBR, but not sure where he falls on the points list here, but kind of fell off the last couple of races.
Yeah, just taking a look here. 4th place in points for the number 36 driver. Came off with a pair of top 5s the first 2 races, 10th and 11th. The 3rd and 4th race, and a dismal 22nd place finish last week. That is tough to do when you don't have any drop weeks or anything like that, because you look at Brett Suggs, 4th, 9th, 1st, 2nd, 1st. You look at Tanton Woolridge right in behind him, 3rd, 16th, 2nd, 4th, 4th. So a lot of these drivers really racking off those top 5s and making the points battle interesting as we finish up this 6-pack challenge. 5 races down, only this one to go. 150 laps on the board here once we get going. Before we get there, a little bit of heat racing action, though. How about that jump on the outside for the 97 car of Riley Duncan? Oh, they make contact. 11 car shoots on down. Byron's going to come up top. A little door spanking up there on the high side.
Spank performance, door-to-door action between Hacker and Duncan, but first caution's out. The 29, Danny Vitch on pit road.
Going to take a look here once again to U.S. Race Designs instant replay. Looks like the 29 car didn't start the race on time. So we're going to back up the race and see which one of these drivers potentially caused this wreck. Looks like it was the 19 of Gates and the 36 Noel Fougere. Just got done talking about him having a not-so-good race last week. Hopefully this is kind of getting it out of the 36's system, and we'll see him run up front. It almost looks like here, Mikey, that some of the drivers kind of late reaction to the almost incident up front, but you can see just kind of a lazy bump there between the 36 and the 19. Damage doesn't look too bad on the nose of the 36 of the Fougere ride, so he's going to be down and away, going to have to restart back in 6th.
We're talking about earlier about his first 4 races having a stellar performance, but that last race he was involved with that early caution at the early sets of race number 5. Really upset. We lost about 5 cars in that caution that were vying for a championship. So some big positions to make here tonight. Everybody's going to make the show. 25 drivers going to start the 150 here tonight. So I think it's pretty much up for Brett Suggs to lose here tonight.
Yeah, definitely going to have a solid run here, and that's kind of what you come to expect out of the 33 group. And you can see that Brett Suggs and Racing Marketing team has been fantastic all season long. Duncan gets the whole shot. Already has a lead by about 1 to 2 car lengths. But that Brett Suggs team, that factory team, a lot of young drivers, lots of talent in there. And being that this is a fixed setup league, these drivers have kind of learned the cars, learned the setups just a little bit, shared a lot of information back and forth about how the car reacts to the track and inputs and all sorts of different things. So it's going to be really tough to beat those team like that.
We'll take a peek at Johnny Byron and Tully here now. The big wall for Noel Fougere. Look at like he contemplate to split the 2 here as he looks again, trying to make it 3 wide here, but just not enough room here at Hickory for Noel Fougere to make a run here. Looks like he got a quick car here in the 36. Noel Fougere a little bit frustrated back there in the 5th position as he sizes up the inside here. Half car on Johnny Byron right now. Huge battle for that position number 3.
Final lap here in the 2nd heat race of the night. Might even be the 3rd heat race. I think it's the 2nd heat race. Gonna have to take a look at the timing and scoring when it comes out, but checkered flag gonna fly. Riley Duncan with another heat race victory in that 97 car. That late model is bad fast, and he knows not in it for the points this season, but he definitely wants to try and get himself a win as we crack open a Yingling Light. 3rd place last week for the 97 car of Riley Duncan, and he is looking to best that finish here tonight at Hickory. How about this front row for heat race numero trace? Tanton Woolridge in the 56 down low, and the Intimidator, the 78 of Johnny Fitzpatrick up on the high side.
Numero Truno.
Numero Trudeau, the Canadian Intimidator. How about that for a nickname?
The Newfie
The
Intimidator.
Newfie Intimidator. The Newfiator. No, that's not it.
No, he's an island boy.
He's
An
an island
island
boy just
boy
trying to win it.
trying to win it. Gotta love Johnny Fitz, man. It's been a while since we've seen Fitz at the front taking some checkers. Be interesting to see if he can get one here tonight. I know he's had some beautiful shiny moments throughout this season, but just not able to capitalize on a big win here tonight. This could be his night, but he'll have his partner in crime, Tanton Woolridge, both drivers from Prince Edward Island, and Tanton Woolridge in a fight for a championship against Brett Suggs here tonight. I have a funny feeling Johnny Fitzpatrick will do everything he can to assist the young fella from the Bandolero Series in Prince Edward Island, so some veteran and rookie, but Tanton really knows how to get it going here as we see the 67 hard into the wall. That is the Wade Craswell right off the start, getting shoved into the concrete barrier.
Shooting on down to victory lane on lap number 1 of the heat race isn't how you get it done. But
Travis.
Take a little look-see here. We're going to change up the old camera angle on this one. Do we have a blimp here at Hickory Motor Speedway? We do. How about that? This is what we're looking at right here, folks. Right on the initial start. Looks like the 67 just spun the tires. Looks like
too much rear brake.
A little bit too much go-go, not enough pointer in the right direction, but you can see a little bit of a tapski down there.
Was that an iRacing thing, or was that too much fuel?
I think it was a little bit too hot on the throttle and just kind of spun her on around. A lot of these drivers here in iRacing will start these late models in third gear. They've got four gears, manual transmission. Some of the drivers usually start to third for the most part. Some of them try to get a little bit of an advantage here when there's only a handful of cars like this, 6, 7, 8 cars or so. And a lot of times the drivers will forget and they just kind of mash that gas pedal and it'll just spin the back end of the race car right on around. That looks like what happened with the 67 there of Wade Craswell. But got them all lined up once again. 7 laps to go in the heat race. Pate's car is going to go get himself a corn dog and a Coke. Green flag flies, and Johnny Fitzpatrick is gone.
And Fitzpatrick shoots out of the cannon as we take a peek at that third place battle. Christensen and Murphy going at it. Christensen's going to clear. Beautiful paint scheme for Aiden Christensen here tonight. But he's going to get a little loose ski here. As look at this, the 33 is going to come up here. Wild activity here in heat race number 3. As a big battle for that position 3. And you got to understand, everybody's going to make the show here. But every row that you can move up through for the start of this 150 is precious real estate for these drivers. One less person you got to get around. But Suggs with the new paint scheme here tonight for the 33, making some mad moves coming up through that back there. Just not lucky here in heat race 3. He started rear to the field, but finds himself now in that third spot as we see a battle from the two teammates, Tanton Woolridge and Johnny Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick to the outside, gives him a little door slam, tried to pinch him to the bottom, but the youngster, Tanton Woolridge, going to come out of that one harm-free.
A white flag, a white rag, a 1 lap to go in the heat race here tonight. Tanton Woolridge holding on to it. Knows he needs to have a good run and he needs Suggs to have just a little bit of bad luck, but he's got Brett Suggs right in behind, running in third and closing in on these top 2. But there you see it. Woolridge comes home with the heat race victory. Johnny Fitzpatrick comes home in second, and the championship points leader finishes in third. Brett Suggs with that Frank's Red Hot paint scheme. I bet he puts that shit on everything.
He definitely gets himself in podium fashion pretty much every night that I see him race. But we're getting set now for what's going on now?
What's on the go now? Doing a little
on the go?
Doing a little last chance qualifying action, and
last chance qualifying. I thought everybody made the show.
I'm pretty sure everybody makes the show. It's just kind of a final 12 lap practice here, and we try and keep the family friendly.
Shoot the producer.
Producer. But Frank's Red Hot. You got to put that stuff on everything. Apologize for the language. I know it's a family friendly show, but hey, it's their catchphrase. Send all your hate mail to them.
Hey, what language?
Exactly. A little last chance for romance.
Have you listened to Nicki Minaj lately?
Who?
Never mind. It was funny. We had that Wade Craswell incident on the start. I'll give you a little backstory of myself. Many years ago, about 20 years ago, I was racing out of Detroit, and on the way, a week before the main event, we blew the engine. Ended up getting an illegal engine. Now that we're not racing, I'll let you know, but we were cheating. We ended up with an illegal engine, and I never actually got to test the engine in the car, and it was a Formula 600 series. And I, on the starting grid, I ended up going around 3 or 4 times on the start as all the cars came around me. So I know how Wade feels on that one, but pretty wild here as we get going. LCQ 12 on the board here. Rational Richard Drake looking for some positions for the qualifier.
Very talented, very passionate driver there in the Laker News 141 car. Rational Richard Drake out front by about 4/10 of a second over Derek Gates in the 19. Saw him getting a little bit of a trouble spot there in the heat race, but here we go. Ray Craswell saw him get in trouble as well in the 67 car. He's running third right now. Danny Vitch, Taylor Layton, Scott Negus, and Mark Williams. Mark Williams down on pit road once again, it looks like, getting some work done on that machine. Potentially some connection issues for that ride. But Richard Drake holding on to it. Couple of car lengths in between he and second place.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild night once we get going for this whole 150. Rational Richard Drake, some unfortunate circumstances in his heat race. Got a little damage to the 141 for the Laker News, but controlling this one, getting comfortable with that clean air out front, being chased by Mr. Derek Gates in the 19.
And this is going to give some of these drivers, 6 or 7 of them to be exact, a little bit of an advantage. They're going to get a little bit more track time, a little bit more time to see what the car is going to do as that fuel starts to burn off. We made mention last week, a lot of cars losing the back end of the race car because as the fuel burns up, it gets lighter and lighter in the back end, and it changes the handling of the race car. Even does it here in iRacing, and today is build day. New updates, big updates for the iRacing service. So everything these drivers have practiced over the past 7 days or so since the last race here at Five Flags, it might have changed everything up, the way the car handles, the way the setup handles as well. So we're going to see who's going to come out on top. And you can see the top 3 have kind of broken away just a little bit. Drake, Gates, and Craswell, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, it's going to click off pretty quick here with 7 and or 6 on the track here with Scott Negus in the 6th spot as we count them down. Rational Richard Drake and the Laker News getting it done here in the LCQ, the last chance for romance. Now, over the last couple of years, Paul, we've seen some pretty incredible LCQs. This is a little bit tame compared to what we're used to.
100% between all the different heat racing groups that we have here on Vanadium TV that does heat racing, from Eastbound Esports to TCM, Naps with a couple of heat races as well. We've seen some dandies for sure, but looks like we've gotten things sorted out. And we've had a couple of cautions kind of peppered on in throughout the heat races, but clean and green for this one. White flag in the air for Richard Drake. Has to make himself a couple of corners, but that car looks nice and strong coming out of turn 4. Rational Richard Drake, the Laker News 141 ride, going to come home with that LCQ victory, and he's going to be racing here tonight in the 150 lapper for sure.
The Rash.
The Rash. Rational Richard Drake.
What a great name.
What a great nickname.
Big shout out to Taylor Layton again, throwing down the Ukrainian colors, and we talked about that previously before the broadcast started. Just unbelievable what's going on right now in the world. So big shout out to Taylor Layton for getting it done on the paint scheme.
Yeah, 100% showing the support for the folks that need it out there. Lots of nonsense going on. We try and stay away from the politics here, but oh man, it's a scary world out there, and we like to be the alternative. We like to entertain the masses and kind of take everybody away from the world for a little bit. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight to Vanadium TV, the RBR Maritime Group 6-pack challenge, season number 4 here for this particular group. The Tulco Electric 150 Championship night. Going to be crowning ourselves a champion here for the 2022 season. Brett Suggs coming on in with a handful of point lead, 12 points over Tanton Wooldridge. Caden Tuff's a little bit further on back, 25 points to be exact, in third. Still mathematically eligible he would have to win and lead a lap, and Brett Suggs would have to finish dead last. Tanton Woolridge has a little bit better of a shot there, starting 12 points back. But Brett Suggs is going to be tough to beat, and right now you can see Chris Roma, Riley Duncan going to be our front row.
Going to be a wild one here as we get to the row number 2, Tanton Woolridge, who's running for a championship here tonight in the 56. He's going to have Trevor Edwards to the outside, one of the lone Americans in the 32.
And this guy, don't look at his name. He is no hack. 5th in points, starting 5th here tonight. The 111 Empire Racing Team ride going to start P5 here tonight. Outside of him, the Canadian Intimidator, Johnny Fitzpatrick.
Island boy. And next up from Nova Scotia, the 88, the young gun, Caden Tufts, will have the boss man, the number 5, Craig Tully, to the outside of row number 4.
Pair of fast cars in row number 5. The championship points leader, the BSRM factory team leader, Brett Suggs in the 33 car, starting in 9th. Campbell Delaney in the number 9, starting in 10th.
And in row number 6, Johnny Byron in the 57 will have Aiden Christensen in the 24 to the outside.
Sifting on through the rest of the lineup, Dylan Black and Noel Fougier are going to start 13th and 14th.
And in the next row, Travis Roma in the 38, Norman Hamilton. As we get set here, David Cassidy, Conrad Murphy, Richard Drake, Derek Gates, Wade Craswell, Danny Vitch. And I believe we also have Scott Negus and Taylor Layton.
Green flag flies. We are racing here at Hickory Motor Speedway, the virtual Hickory Motor Speedway, that is. And there you see Roma out front by just a little bit. Riley Duncan going to try and outbreak him, though, up on that high side, trying to make it work early. Doesn't quite get there. Going to tuck in the tire tracks for P2.
A great battle there for P3 as we have Edwards and Woolridge going at it. Woolridge to the bottom here. 2 Americans on the outside of that 56. That's Hacker on the back bumper with Edwards to the outside as the 56 looking strong here. He's going to clear, and single file they go to that P3. 32 taking a peek to the inside here. But look at this, a battle for that next couple of positions. Suggs trying to hold off a run from the 78 of Johnny Fitzpatrick. And wow, there's that move. The 32, Edwards, making a wonderful move. The young gun, the 56. Hacker's going to try to come as well. He gets into the quarter. He's going to make a pass now on the 56. The 56 right now has got to play a little bit smart. He's got to want to finish this 150 laps. So at this point right now, Paul, it's okay to give up a couple spots here and there.
Yeah, you give up a couple spots early. You try and see what these fast guys are doing, how they're running the track, where they're braking, where they're accelerating, kind of where they're turning in. We saw a great line there from the 32 of Trevor Edwards, kind of diamonding the racetrack almost, utilizing every inch of that bottom side to get around Tanton Woolridge in the 56, and he brought Hacker up there with him because he opened up that bottom. But now you can take a look here. The 56 has a mirror full of the 88 of Caden Tufts, and one thing that really makes that big, that's a Brett Suggs Racing and Marketing factory team driver in that 88 car. And oh, by the way, the boss man's right in behind him. Brett Suggs, the championship leader in that Frank's Red Hot number 33, closing in on his teammate with Caden Tufts, closing in on the second place driver in points. Gonna be something we're gonna want to keep an eye on where these two drivers are throughout the night as Chris Roma holds on to the lead. Riley Duncan, though, still right there on the back bumper, trying to close up, trying to get him some here as we work lap number 10.
We got some weapon of cars right throughout this whole field. The 24 cars in the field. You know, Chris Roma's had some magic moments in 2022 at the early starts, and he's had some bad luck, so I'm sure he's enjoying this clean air out front. So he's going to try to keep that 97 at bay here because clean air is always the better way around the track. No pressure at all, except Riley Duncan still looking good there. Stays within about a car length. Look at that 32, Trevor Edwards, staying within reach as well. We talked about, you said Caden Tufts was creeping up on Tanton Woolridge. I know that's a BSM car, but I know Tanton and Caden go pretty far back together. Fairly close. I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to know if Tanton actually is running a Brett Suggs marketing car as well.
Definitely a possibility. Everybody's got their teammates, everybody's got their friends, and sometimes they aren't the same people. So That's going to be one of the cool things to see as we work lap number 15. Still quite a bit to go here in the main event, and it's a good thing we've got some ice-cold beers on tap here. Got to give a shout-out to Shenandoah Shine for getting hooking us up here at Vidane TV with this bag of about 40 koozies that I apparently ordered one night. But caution flag's going to fly. We're going to revisit that story momentarily. Caution flag number 1 flies in the main show.
I was just thinking about enemies, and it brought me back to a day, probably 15 years ago. I was involved with the concert with the hip hop artist, The Game, and they had a big beef with Ja Rule at the time. So you don't want to be Ja Rule with The Game and 50 Cent behind you.
I don't know what any of that means. Taking a look at the U-House Racing Design Instant Replay.
Google it.
Couple of drivers. I don't Google nothing. Couple of drivers going for the same piece of real estate between Danny Vitch and the 19 of Gates, and you can see right in front of the leaders here before the 29 able to get that thing pointed in the right direction and throttling it back up to get caught up to the tail end of the lead lap. He's going to probably come down pit road, maybe get a little bit of work done on that car as we get timing and scoring to get itself corrected just a little bit as we cross the stripe. But 18 laps down, 150 total laps here on the docket, and we've seen some pretty good racing. A lot of side-by-side, little steel cage racing, as it were, too. A little bumping and dragging.
Well, it is the main event of the 6-pack, the 150-lap finale, and championships on the line here tonight. Thanks for tuning in to Vidane TV and following the RBR series. Let us know in your social channels who you're buying for here tonight. Who you think's going to win the championship? Who you think's going to take the 150? And let us know how much money you're going to send myself and Paul as your tip.
100%. Green flag flies on lap number 20. Roma with another great restart. But you can see once that 97 car gets rolling, he gets up through the gears. Very, very strong in that 97 car. Looks awesome up on that high side. Getting attacked, though, by Edwards in the 32 car, the McConey setup shop, on rails down there on that bottom line. You can see hugging that yellow line all the way around, trying to get something to happen with that 97 car.
We've had a few chats with Trevor Edwards, obviously landing in the podium in his first 2 races here at RBR. I mean, this guy is a seasoned veteran. Spends a lot of time here in the server. I mean, this is a top contender here tonight. So great to see Roma handle his own out in front. Still bridging a gap here. About 2 car lengths as 32 gets around the 97 of Riley Duncan. The number 11 taking a peek to the inside here now, trying to give chase to that 32. The number 11 Hacker from Illinois, United States as well. So some center USA boys in effect here tonight.
And you can see everybody pretty much single file here. 125 laps to go in the Tulco Electric 150 championship night. Once again, we're going to be crowning ourselves a champion at the end of it. Either going to be Brett Suggs in the 33 with that 12-point lead over Tanton Wooldridge, and the 88 car of Caden Tufts in third, but a little bit further on back. Going to need a little bit of a Hail Mary out of the 88 camp to get himself up into championship contention here tonight. But Suggs running back in 7th, still inside the top 10, and he's doing what he needs to do to win this championship. He's got Caden Tufts in his sights. He's only 2 cars in front of him, and if the race were to end right now, that championship trophy, we'd be filling that thing up with Frank's Red Hot sauce because they'd be going to the 33 of Brett Suggs.
I don't know if I want a championship cup full of Frank's Red Sauce, but maybe some Busch beer, maybe.
Yeah, a little Busch beer, a little hot sauce, maybe some wings. That's what we'll do. We'll fill it up with We'll fill it up with chicken wings. Put a little Frank's Red Hot on top.
I like chicken wings.
I like chicken wings a lot.
I like Pinty's wings.
Never had Pinty's wings. I'll have to give those a shot. You ever have peanut butter wings?
No.
Oh, buddy, you are missing out.
I got forced into a salad tonight, but it was buffalo sauce salad.
See, that's not bad. I'll eat a salad if it's got buffalo sauce.
It was like chicken wing salad. It was awesome.
That's good stuff. Speaking of awesome, this battle for the lead heating up just a little bit. McConey setup shop number 32 of Trevor Edwards trying to see what he needs to do to get around that number 83 of Chris Roma. Has had a great run all night long. Led all the laps so far in that number 83. Did awesome in the heat race as well. Really showing that 83 car has himself a little bit of a rocket. Came in here ninth in points. Not really running for the championship, a little bit too far back, but definitely able to maybe make up some ground here. Definitely rattled off a couple of top tens, a fourth place back at Southern National, but another dismal finish last week at Five Flag Speedway, finishing in 17th for the Roma camp, the 83 Roma camp. And you can see doing a great job here tonight, lap 34, and the 32 car, you can see he's got a better entry, but as he comes off the corner, Roma's able to pull away just a little bit, able to pull about a car length or two as they get onto the straightaway.
It definitely going to be wild here as they record some laps here. Really surprised the aggressiveness of the 32 Edwards. He's looking definitely to try to take over that position and gain some spread here on the 83, but 83, like you said, doing a wonderful job controlling this race here. A lot of single file action throughout the field of 24. Just looking up here, because I'm always just looking for new things, Paul, but supposedly a brewery in Texas just created the Buffalo Wing Sauce Sour Beer.
I'd try it. Oh, contact for the lead, the 32 car. He saves it. Mikey, holy moly.
Unbelievable. Maybe it was the chicken sauce beer.
You know what it was? All this chicken talk and all this beer talk, it made Edwards hungry. He's probably listening on YouTube. He's got the cell phone going, tucked in the little driver's suit there. He's reaching over. He's like, I got some wings right here. Oh, no. Fantastic save by the 32 car of Edwards, and he's going to drop back to third, but that could have been bad.
Definitely for a contender here tonight. 32 has been sharp, like I said, the first two races of the season for him. This is his third race of the six-pack. He joined the halfway mark. Friends of Brett Suggs. Suggs had invited him in, and he spanked him on the first night. And then Suggs came back last weekend and took him down.
Trading wins between friends. A little bit of a wiggle there for Tanton Woldridge in the 56. He's going to hold on to it. He's got Hacker up on the high side, and he's got the 88 and the 33 duel right in behind him. Little mixing and mashing here. These drivers getting close to lap number 50, getting close to the 100 to go mark. They know they still have a little bit of time to get up towards the front, but now is the time to get as much track position as he can. These drivers more than likely going to have to come down pit road at least one time for fuel and potentially for tires. But everybody pretty much single file, little conveyor belt action here at the track, Hickory Motor Speedway. And again, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in here tonight to Tulco Electric 150 Championship Night, race number 6 in the six-pack challenge here for season 4. Showtime, Paul Strickland Jr., Mike James from Up on the Rock, here on Verdane TV, streaming to Facebook, streaming to YouTube, streaming to Twitch. Finally got that figured out. Give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, all that good stuff. Let your friends and family know you're watching some entertaining iRacing action. And we're doing it live. Special shout out to the High Caliber group. Know there's a couple of you guys tuned in on Twitch. What's going on? We'll be in city very, very shortly. Other people have no idea what I'm talking about, but highcaliber-rp.com, a little bit of a Grand Theft Auto server. Pretty cool community if you want to check it out. But the action on track, Mikey, holy moly, lots of dicing and slicing and all sorts of racing action going on here inside the top 10.
A little bit of lap traffic here now. Norman Hamilton down a lap here. So 23 cars on the lead lap. That's the 09 Canadian Tire. Norman Hamilton going down a lap as we see our leaders come through there. Chris Roma, everybody coming in through pretty clean. As we're going to see caution here. That's Johnny Myron, I believe, and the 57 tied up here in the corner.
Big bada boom. And this is about a third of the way through the race, so we might see pit road pick up here. We'll take a look at the U-House Racing Design instant replay, and you can see a little bit of contact in between the 57 and that cotton candy colored car there. Not sure who that was, but
Christensen.
Looks like, I think you were right, 100%. The 24 car, there he is. New colors for the 24. We'll have to double check on that, but yeah, a little bit of driver going for the same piece of real estate. I think that's as that sliced bread guy used to say. That's just short track racing.
Well, talk about short track. Hickory Motor Speedway. I don't know who was the selection for the Hickory for the championship night, but this is a track of legends. Dale Senior, Ralph Earnhardt, so many big names cut their teeth on the Hickory Motor Speedway, and this is an incredible track. We got to see it earlier in the season with a couple other Verdane TV races, but pretty wild racetrack. I'm digging this one here. Very close to Eastbound International Speedway, except for the elevation.
Especially with these super late model cars. Junior Motorsports, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s late model team, big presence at Hickory Motor Speedway. Drivers like Josh Berry, and they're getting a little bit of a shot to run these super late models and do very well. Kind of showing their talents and kind of putting it all out there, letting these drivers know and fans and potential sponsors and team owners that these guys are no joke. They want to get out there. They want to win races and be competitive and do everything they can to kind of move up the chain just a little bit. And that's how a lot of these drivers start on short tracks and street stocks and kind of move your way up to the super late models. And it's no different here with iRacing. If you wanted to give this a shot, check out iRacing.com. New members, 40% off. You get yourself a couple of different types of cars, trucks. There's off-road racing, street racing, NASCAR, the top 3 divisions. You're watching some super late model action. Tracks all over the world. They just came out, well, they didn't just come out with it, but the Nürburgring out in Germany, that 273,000 mile racetrack, yeah, that's on there.
Yeah. I tried to get eastbound on it, but they were concentrating on Europe right now, so unfortunately we're not on the radar for a couple of years at least. But pace car has exited. Second caution is now completed. We are back to racing, and Chris Roman's going to take back that control over Riley Dunkley, the 32, sliding into that P3. Here comes Hacker to the back bumper to 32. Side by side all the way back through the field here behind the 32. So lots of action right now. Everybody vying to make a move here. Before we get to the cross flags at lap number 75, trying to log some laps here, but also trying not to be in that position where if the big one comes, you kind of want to be closer to the front on that one. And we lost our boy Paul, but we are now at lap number 58 of 150 here. Looks like caution is going to come out here for the third time here tonight. Paul, you're going to take us back?
So if we've got a headset sponsor out there that wants to jump on, we definitely could use one here at HDL.
I thought you choked on a chicken wing.
Not even really sure.
It's like, I was ready to call 911. I'm like, man, Paul's down.
No, we're definitely physically okay. Mentally, maybe not so much. But looks like Caden Tufts potentially caused that caution here, allegedly in that 88 car. We're going to see if we can back it up real quick here on the U-House Race Designs instant replay. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but I think we got her all sorted out. We're going to rewind the U-House Racing Designs instant replay and see if we can find where that caution flag came out.
Yeah, going back a few laps here. I know Caden Tufts was close to the 33, but still in his current position, so no movement as of yet. Single file as they come around. Give a big shout out to Brent Roy and Kyle Gammon in the production race control here tonight.
Always doing a good job, and that's one of the toughest jobs here. You can ask Tim Terry, a good buddy of ours, owner of Tim's Corner Motorsports, and we do a lot of iRacing events with Tim and Tim's Corner Motorsports. Sometimes being the race official is harder than actually being in the race because you're never going to make everybody happy no matter which decision you make, which way you go with it. There's always going to be somebody that wants to send you a little bit of hate mail. So shout out to those guys. They've been with the RBR Maritime group all season long, helping out the boss man, Craig Tully, so we can jump in that number 5 car and turn some laps. But here we go, restart lap number 63. The 83 gets that hole shot. He's going to pull away just a little bit, but once again, getting up through those gears. Riley Duncan once he hits fourth gear, he's got a little something, something.
Well, this time the 32 timed it a little bit better and is vying on the bottom here of the 97 of Riley Duncan. And it looks like he made clear here, but the 97 doing a great job trying to keep there. But the fourth caution will fly here on lap number 64.
Wade Craswell in the 67 car pointed in the wrong direction once again. A little bit of a tough road here traveled at Hickory Motor Speedway for the 67 bunch, but we'll take a peek here once again at the U-House Race Designs Instant Replay. I think we've seen this song and dance before. A little bit of contact between the 67 of Croswell and the 24 scored as the 1 here tonight of Christensen. And there you can see the 67 down on the inside wall, gets a little bit stuck in the grass there. It might have rained here at Hickory Motor Speedway recently, but he's going to get down and away, going to stay on the lead lap. And that's one of the big things here tonight, getting closer and closer to halfway. All 24 drivers that started this race still on the lead lap. Only driver coming down pit road looks like that 78 car of John Fitzpatrick, going to get some tires and some fuel in that 78.
Getting pretty excited for the race season to start up here in Canada. Most tracks will be operational Victoria Day weekend, the May 2-4 weekend we call it. I'm sure you're probably going to fire up a little bit earlier. I guess Stafford will be on the go in April, will it not?
Yeah, last week in April, the 50th annual big-time Spring Sizzler this year, and they announced that SRX Racing coming back to Stafford Motor Speedway this summer, July 4th weekend. They didn't announce which home track driver was going to be in the SRX series because we don't know yet. Whoever wins the modified race at the Spring Sizzler is going to get the opportunity to race in that SRX series, and that is cool. That is an awesome thing. That is going to be something that's really going to light a fire under those drivers' tails, because we saw Doug Coby win the inaugural SRX Series race at Stafford Speedway last season, and he landed a truck ride for it. So it was very, very cool. Big opportunity for some short track local heroes. And I'm going to be racing that weekend too. This guy's going to be in the rental race car number 66.
I want to sponsor that car.
The night before, hey, send me a 2-4 and some wings, and we are good to go. Speaking of good to go, crossing the line for lap number 69. Ooh. Nice. The outside line didn't quite go. Bottom line didn't quite go either. Roma going to pull away just a little bit. Duncan, not quite the restart he's had, the 32. That's the second bump. You know what happens after the second bump. The third one, get the heck out of the way. I'm trying to go to the lead.
I think there's some choice words coming out of the 32 camp right now as the 97 crossed over in front. But here comes potentially a bit of a big one, but it'll only be a couple cars here. Aiden Christensen on pit road this time. Dylan Black off the track here as we take a peek back in time and rewind the tape here on this one.
Yeah, Cameron Delaney get in there a little bit too hot. You can see he gets in the 0 car. Chris Roman, the 38 back there, gets a piece of it as well. Hard hit for the 0. Travis gets in there. Travis who?
Travis Roma.
Travis Roma. Chris Roma.
There's 2 Romas. You said Chris Roma.
Yeah, I'll figure it out one of these days. I've only been doing this for what, 2 years now?
Chris Roma's in first.
Chris Roma's in first. Who's in second? Who's on third?
I don't know. I'm going for the home run.
Every single time. A couple of drivers now down on
fence.
Pit road. The 08 of Dylan Black and the 24 of Aiden Christensen calling it a night here. Norman Hamilton in the 09 car, the last car on the lead lap, back in second. A couple of drivers coming back down pit road, the 27 of Leighton and John Fitzpatrick. Might have a little bit of damage on that 78 car. Going to come down and utilize the crew once again, try and get some of the damage and some of the kink worked out. We're working just about halfway here. Going to cross the stripe for lap number 74.
Well, cross flag's going to come out in just a moment here as they come around for lap number 74. Lights are still on the pace car as they're going to bring them around one more time as they sort this madness out. A couple takers here. Rational Richard Drake down on pit road. He's going to take some tires and some fuel here. Be interesting to see if our leaders can make the full distance of the 150 as we get to the halfway mark here. That's going to be the big question is there enough fuel? I don't know if you can grab one of those drivers. Dave Cassidy is in the general room. Maybe we can talk to Dave, pull Cassidy in here. Cassidy in the 10th spot here.
See if we can get him on the next one now that we got the electronics doing what they're supposed to be doing here. But lights off in the iRacing Mustang pace car. We'll put a pin in that. We'll see if we can talk to Cassidy under the next caution about a little fuel mileage action. But there you can see that
Just scare the
Mustang's.
crap out of him and send him in the booth while he's driving.
Yeah, green flag flies. You got enough. You got enough gas to go.
Cassidy, you got any chicken wings?
How about that?
It is championship
car.
night. Oh, little tag. Domino effect down back behind the 32. Tapping Woolridge, all of them lining up as the 32 checked up behind the 83. And I guess you'd call that. Oh, this is. How you doing?
Little bumper car action. That 97 car of Riley Duncan wants that lead. He's going to get that lead on lap number 78. Making it look easy up on the high side. Gets around Chris Roma in the 83 car. Battle now for second between Hacker and Edwards. The 83, 3 wide. Oh, the 88 does an awesome job slowing back down. Suggs, championship contender, is there. He sees Stan Woolridge up in front of him. This is not what the championship contenders want to have to deal with, but that stress level going to go up through the roof for everybody up in the top 5 or so.
Give it to the 83 of Chris Roma for the monster save. Trying to get back to the top there on Riley Duncan, but just not enough room and almost ended up ruining his night. But what a huge save. Manages to squeeze back into the 4th position in front of our 2 championship contenders, Tam Woolridge and the 33 of Brett Suggs. Suggs on the outside of the 88 of Caden Tufts. But look at that spread. Riley Duncan now spreading his wings. 6/10, almost 7/10 of a second now on our 2 Americans, Brian Hacker and Trevor Edwards.
Caden Tufts trying to get around the boss man. The number 33 of Brett Suggs down on the inside, but not quite having the room to get there, not quite having the run to get there either. Noel Fougier wants to go, gets up and gives the Caden Tufts machine a little bit of a tap on the back bumper to let him know that he's there. He backs up just a little bit, gives him some room, and they get sorted back out single file. But that 36 car doing pretty good. Gained 6 spots here on the evening. Noel Fougier trying to come home tonight with a top 10 to close out the season.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild one here to see what the boys have for us tonight. But, we could see that big one here, and that's one of the things these championship contenders do not want to end up in. As we take a peek, Noel Fougier doing a great job. Ended up in one of those LCQs and now vying up through the field as he finds himself in that position number 8. We talked about Dave Cassidy earlier in the top 10, just on the top 10 position here with Travis Roma in 9th. So still plenty of time in this one, Paul. I would say we will probably see some late offerings of cautions as we get close to that 140 mark.
Early on, the first half of the race or so, even the first third of the race, kind of peppered with cautions, and we saw that happen last week as well. But once we got into about the middle section of the race, the meat and potatoes, if you will, we saw some long green flag runs, and it's looking like a lot of these drivers starting to get that taken care of. Little conveyor belt action throughout the field. You got to go all the way back to 16th here to see a little side-by-side action between Cameron Delaney in the 9 and the 141 of the Rational Richard Drake. Not quite having the run he wanted here tonight back in P16, but his car still looks good, still has a shot here, still on the lead lap, and that's big here in short track racing. But up front, still Riley Duncan in that 97 car. Another Brett Suggs logo on that hood of the car. Those guys are fast no matter where they go.
Putting into track time is what it's all about, consistency, even on the real track service, those guys that put the time in and really analyze these tracks and put down consistent lap times as we see the 6th caution here on lap number 92. Take us back.
U-House Race Designs instant replay. Oh, he was inverted.
Invert.
Taking a look here. Pit road picking up Noel Hamilton there in the 09 rather. Little dyslexia there, never hurt anybody. Gets up on the outside wall. Zeus Marimba. Look at that.
Those tires.
We got a lot of action on pit road, but we got to roll. When you go upside down on Verdane TV, we got to see what was going on behind the steering wheel. And here you see it touches the wall, start-finish line. There's some sparks, ground, sky, ground, sparks. That's not what you want to see out the windshield of a race car.
You know what? Did that happen in real life, those tires here at Hickory?
I definitely
For
potentially could
some
have.
reason, that those tires in that corner remind me of an incident in the last year.
Potentially.
Just a nasty wreck. What a spot, man! Oh, that as a driver, that would just scare the crap out of me.
100%. And taking a look now,
They're not
things.
stink barrels.
That's good. At least, I mean, they probably still have a little bit of rainwater in them. Their tires, after all. But taking a peek here, pit stops, changing things up just a little bit. About a dozen or so, maybe half a dozen or so cars staying out on track. Trevor Edwards going to inherit the lead in the 32 car. Chris Roma, John Byron, John Fitzpatrick, and Conrad Murphy now up in the top five. I haven't mentioned his name all night long in the 89 car. Rational Richard Drake, Wade Criswell, Brian Hacker, and Tant Woolridge, and Riley Duncan in the top 10. Riley Duncan, the first car off pit road with fresh tires in that 97 car as we line them up two by two. Lights are back on in the pace car. So we got another lap or so to kind of work on it. And Dave Cassidy being scored a lap down, it looks like, in the number 13 car. So that's a tough break. We're going to let him cool off for a caution or two before we ask him about fuel mileage.
Yeah, 100%. Quite a few cars down one lap here. 15 cars on the lead lap. Johnny Fitzpatrick, the highest contender right now that has visited pit road, finds himself in row number 2. So the Intimidator Island Boy could be a favorite here in the final 53 laps.
Pace car going for a corn dog and a Coke. That 32 car's gone. Somebody call Elon Musk. He's got a Falcon 9 rocket strapped onto that thing. 3-4 car lengths as he pulls out of turn number 2, pulling away from Chris Roma in that 83 car. He's now got a rear view mirror full of John Byron up 8 spots into P number 3. And how about Conrad Murphy moving on up into 4th, getting around Johnny Fitzpatrick, trying to get around John Fitzpatrick there in the top 5.
Top 4 not visiting pit road right now. Conrad Murphy, Johnny Byron, Chris Roman, Trevor Edwards. So will we see them in the final 50 laps? 2/3 of this race have been completed. It's championship night here for the RBR Series live in Hickory. Let us know who you got your money on here tonight. Trevor Edwards is going to be a tough one to beat here as we've seen dominance in the last 2 races. Only 2 races under his belt coming into the final race of the series as we see. Oh, that's that's the 78. As he comes around, that's going to collect a pile of cars. I think that's Hacker involved as well. Caden Tufts and look, oh man, Travis Roma also involved. But we're going to have to slow the tape down on this one as we take a peek. But I think it started with the 78 and the 97. We have a peek here. May have lost Paul again.
We're here. We're working on it. There we go. Really need to get ourselves a headset sponsor here. Anybody out there want to sponsor a headset? Just drop in our DMs. We'll get that sorted out. It might even be the cable. I don't know. Let's take a look at the instant replay here, brought to you by EOS Racing Designs Instant Replay. And the 78 car struggling with the internet connection a little bit. I think that might have been what kind of put into this, that, and a little bit of contact with the 97 of Riley Duncan. Tanton Woolridge gets a little piece of it. That could have been way worse for his championship hopes. But there you can see the other drivers getting a little taste of the action as well. That is a tough break for Travis Roma and the 88 Caden Tufts that goes up and just a little bit of a fist bump for the race car there.
Paul, I don't know if it's if the fans are hearing it right or if it's just through my headset, but you sound like Charlie Brown's.
Yeah,
Well, unplug that headset and fire it back in again.
Yeah, we'll reset it 1 or 2
There you
times.
go.
There we go. First try, nailed it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to compare you to Charlie Brown's teacher.
Wah 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 wah.
Wah, 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 wah,
That's what the
wah,
fans
wah,
hear
wah.
when we do these races. It's just wah 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 Bush.
Bush. 2 idiots in the booth for the championship night for RBR.
Maybe that'll be one of the questions for the championship winner, whether it's Tanton
I think the
Woolridge.
boss man would have sent beer and pizza to the booth.
Beer and wings. Beer, pizza, and wings. There you go.
Hey.
Now we're cooking with grease.
Championship night. Champagne.
That's it. Get a little mimosa action going on. But the lights are off.
Room.
The lights are off. Pace car dipping on down pit road. Beautiful jump out of 32 car. He is down and away. Edwards leading by about 4 car lengths, shooting down into turn number 1.
Still don't know if we got enough fuel to make it to 150, but Edwards going to try his best to stretch this one out. I'm sure he's turning on and off the car during cautions here, trying to conserve as we see Conrad Murphy give the boot ski to Johnny Byron. So lots of action here in the top 4 as we see Hacker and the Rash Man, the 141 Laker News on the bottom here, all stacked up behind the 89 of Conrad Murphy.
Rational Richard Drake with a little bit of a slip up, going to drop back to 7th as Tanton Woolridge gets down and around on the outside. Craig Tully, the boss man, race official here, getting close up to this battle up in the top 10, currently running in the 8th position.
Now look at this. Talk about championship night here. Tanton Woolridge finds himself in a P6. Brett Suggs down the lap in 18th position.
That's something we're going to have to take a look at what went down, because that is not where Suggs wants to be. And, I mean, really needs to... Essentially, that really tightens up the points battle, because Tanton Woolridge up in 4th, but he's in a hornet's nest. John Byron up in front of him, Conrad Murphy in the 89 right in front of him, so he's racing hard, and contact between he and Murphy, and they're still slamming doors.
I think right now the plan, probably with the crew chief at the 56, is saying Woolridge, you really need to get out in front here and gain some speed here. I'm sure they're calculating the points here and how many positions they need to be ahead of Suggs, but with Suggs being down that lap now, he's going to get in front of Caden Tufts here. So if a caution comes out, he will get that lucky dog and send him around here. I believe we're going to see probably a couple more cautions here as we get closer to the 150 being championship night here. Lots of activity throughout the field. Spotters are telling him to go here. Suggs is stacked up behind the 19 as they all go 2 wide behind Rational Richard Drake as they look all 3 wide here. That caution may come sooner than later.
And that caution may very well have our championship contender 3 wide loose in front of him. Oh, my goodness. This accident is hot, hot, hot. And it's brought to you by Frank's Red Hot. Brett Suggs doing everything he can. He is the first car 1 lap down, and he's battling his teammate in the 88 for that particular title. Right in behind him, he's side by side with Noel Fougier. We're going to have to check on the pit stops, but he is absolutely hustling. Oh, no! Rational Richard Drake into the 33, holds on to it. The caution flag flies. That is going to give Caden Tufts, the lucky dog, was able to get around the boss man and put himself back on the lead lap.
Just wow. Scott Negus is showing in front of Tufts, so not sure. Nope, Negus is going to go backwards here. It is going to be Caden Tufts that's going to be sent around here, I believe. So we'll wait for the call from Brent Roy and Kyle Gammon. But maybe you can pull Cassidy in here now under this caution and just have a conversation. Do they think they got enough fuel to get to the distance? Because Trevor Edwards and Chris Roma have not reported.
100%. We'll see if we can get in touch with the driver of the number 13 car. Dave Cassidy, Paul Strickland up in the booth. You get a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got you, boys.
Yeah, just taking a look, having a little bit of a race here, kind of mired back in 17th, but we were wondering up here in the booth about strategy. What's going on? Have you got enough fuel to make it to the end of this one, or tires wearing off? How's that car feeling?
Actually, it's feeling pretty good. I had enough fuel when I went in. I added a few gallons just to try to loosen it up a little bit, but tires, even when I changed them, I checked there, they were good, so I probably didn't really...
Trevor Edwards and Chris Roma have not reported. Do you think the whole 150 with 8 cautions here tonight, that they have enough fuel to make it to the distance?
Yeah, I'd say they're good. And I'd say they're probably good on tires if they didn't take them either.
Wow. Well, I believe, was it you, Dave, that almost took a win one night but ran out of fuel?
No, it wasn't me. I'm not having a very good season.
I was thinking 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago I got the win there. Yeah, I got a win actually last year. So I don't know when it was now.
Well, great chatting with you, bud. Good luck here. Still not over. Yeah, still plenty to go here. 37 to go. Or 27 to go. Hooked on math worked for me.
Hooked on math's not a thing. We've already been over
26.
this. 26, carry the 1. There we go, 25. I know that math.
Divided by 3. Are we green flag?
Carry the 1. No, I think we're still yellow. Better still be yellow. There we go.
Lights are out. Oh, lights back on.
Are we live?
We're fired.
Yeah, we're fired. 100%. Final race
Can you
here.
get fired?
I don't know. It's my network. I don't think so.
I get fired?
Ow! I don't even pay you. Oh, man. Getting restarted to go with 25 laps to go. A couple of powerhouses up front. The 32 car of Edwards. Massive restarts for the McConey setup shop ride. 83 of Chris Roma up on the high side. Tant Woldridge got a new fire lit underneath him. He has an opportunity to come home with this championship. Came in 12 points behind Brett Suggs. Suggs finds himself a lap down back in P16. Green flag flies. There goes the rocket. Trevor Edwards pulls away. Hornets nest in behind him for second.
56, Tant Woolridge obviously doing some studying here as he was behind the 32 of Trevor Edwards. Edwards has been firing as soon as that pace car is out of the way, so I don't know if these guys are taking notes. But here comes Hacker. Hacker will take over that P3, the Illinois native in the 11 machine. Looking for a podium finish once again. Oh, this could get tangly here. The 89, Conrad Murphy body slams the 83 of Chris Roma, as Roma has some issues with some internet here. Blinking on and off. Not sure where he is in the mix right now, but he's come off the screen. I think they just booted him.
Nope, still there. It's tough with the internet connections. Everybody on the track right now racing on their own computer, steering wheel, internet connection, and just like real life, you've got mechanical failures. And looks like the Roma machine got it all sorted out, but lost a little bit of track position. Noel Fougier almost making it 3 wide. Conrad Murphy going to make it 1 wide. Noel Fougier going to come on down on the bottom, and it looks like Roma. Double check on him. He's able to save it, loses more positions, though. And you can see stuck on the high side now. Delaney gets by the 27, trying to make it happen down on the bottom side. And the action is picking up here with 20 laps to go, Mikey.
Well, I think in the next 10, we're going to see that under caution because aggressiveness throughout the track here. People vying for championships as we see Noel Fougier apply a little bit of pressure here. He's got the 97 on the back bumper. Riley Duncan, who's also been a strong contender here in 2022. But look at the 33. Brett Suggs still down a lap, finds himself into 15th position. He is in that spot for a lucky dog, so he's just praying right now for a caution to come out here with 18 to go.
And you can see right there, there's no team orders between the 33 and the 88. Caden Tufts also trapped a lap down, 1 position in behind. Brett Suggs, he used that bottom side of the apron trying to get around the 33 to no avail. Suggs going to hold on to the position, going to hold on to the title. His first car, 1 lap down, going to cross the stripe here with Trevor Edwards. 15 laps to go. Edwards, Hacker, Woodridge, your top 3.
Will they make me a liar? Will we see that caution in 6 laps here as it starts to click off? 15 to go here. Trevor Edwards now with a lot of pressure from the Illinois native Brian Hacker to the back bumper. Applying lots of pressure, and the 56 having a full view of the 2 Americans going at it. 56 needs to be safe here and be very cautious as they come up on a little bit of lap traffic. Here comes the Ukrainian vehicle. That is Taylor Layton in the 27. He's going to be a factor here as Hacker gives a little scrubski to the back bumper, tries to upset the balance on the 32, but the 32 walks away with that one with an extra car length now as he escapes from that pressure from the 11.
Hacker letting him know he's there, being all over the back bumper of the 32. Got dropped back just a little bit. Dan Woldridge able now to close into the back bumper of the 11 car. He knows he's got a shot to win this championship with Brett Suggs struggling, but right here, he's not going to be able to do it from the 3rd position. He needs to get up and win this race. Brett Suggs currently being scored in a 14th. I don't think that'd be enough for Tant Woldridge to come home with the championship. He needs at least a spot, potentially 2. He needs to come home with the win here with 10 laps to go.
Well, that last lap, we've seen the 56 way loose. give it up to the youngster, get into the back bumper and really race. And with the top two here, the two Americans, Dan Woolridge throwing down here. I don't even know if he's interested in championship here tonight. I think he wants to win, as he is not coming away and playing safe with our leaders here.
Woolridge
And
was
look at that, he's
going
to pick up a spot on Hacker.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Hacker doing a little bit racing
slide
back
job.
there. Dropping all the way back into the clutches of the 97 car O'Reilly Duncan, but the story here is Tanton Woolridge, +1 spot, +1 points. I honestly think that might tie them in the championship between the 56 and the 33, and that's frustrating for Brett Suggs, the championship leader, coming into this race, trapped a lap down. First car, 1 lap down. If the caution flag doesn't come out, he may not get an opportunity to better his position, so it is all up into the hands of young Tanton Woolridge, up in second place, all over the leader now, back bumper, 5 laps to go from Barney and the flag stand. This is going to be a dandy.
Now, is this scored like NASCAR? Is it 2 points per position?
I believe it's 1 point per position. Ooh.
12 points.
Tight.
Tanton Woolridge really needs to win, and Suggs needs to go backwards. This is going to be tight here with 4 to go here. Woolridge really needs to put the bumper to the 32 and get it going here. I think if they end it right here now, even in a P2, you might give it to the 56. It's going to be tight.
3 laps
Tight
to go.
like a tiger.
Crossing the start-finish line. Popsicle sticks from Barney in the flag stand. Edwards out front in the 32, but he's got 2 cars that want that lead, want that victory, and the 56. Young Tanton Woolridge wants that championship. He's going to have to get around the 32 to get it. White flag, white rag. Mikey, take us home.
White rag and Hacker enters the picture here. Can the 56 get it done? It's going to be a win at the 150 and also a championship. Will it be a tiebreaker? Here comes the 56. Little slide job gets into Hacker. He's upside down, but the win will go to Trevor Edwards. What an epic finish here for the youngster from Prince Edward Island, the 56. Tanton Woolridge getting it done on the lid for P2. Now, 14th position will go to Brett Suggs. That's going to be 12 spots in the difference. They came in with 12-point separation. We may have to get the boss man in here to try to sort this out, but I believe we may be at a standstill. This could be a tiebreaker for the RBR 2022's championship, but give it up to the 32. Trevor Edwards, 2 wins out of 3 races. P2 in a second race, so that's 3 monster big races for the 32, Trevor Edwards.
100%. We're going to talk to those top 3 drivers and our champion, whoever it may end up being, and we're going to give the bosses a little bit of time in the big red trailer to make sure that everything is good to go. But going to slide on down to pit road. We know who won the race for sure. The guy in that McConey setup, shop number 32 car, Trevor Edwards, winning here at Hickory, the season finale. Great win, man.
Yeah, that was the worst idea ever to stay on old tires right there, because we were so slow through 3 and 4. Like, the thing would not turn past center in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 is decent, but I just had to make sure I got up off the corner without spinning the tires too bad. I was waiting for him to give me a huge shot, but it looked like he made a slip up getting up into like 1 or something like that, coming to the white, and it gave me just enough room.
Good, clean racing here in the iRacing Simulator. And again, anybody out there wants to check it out, iRacing.com, 40% off new subscribers. But a great win here. And you made mention not taking tires late in the race. And we talked to Dave Cassidy early on. He came down pit road about halfway through. As the fuel kind of burns off, that really affects the handling of these cars. Did you notice it getting looser, or was that mostly the tires doing all that?
Yeah, dude, this thing was like super tight. I think when me and Roma, he hit the fence on the front stretch, like, I don't know, 30 laps in or something like that, and clipped the right front. I don't know if it took some camber out of it, but man, it was tight after that. So I tried to like use the right grip as much as I could, but I don't know, I just couldn't do it. So, but overall, I mean, it was a fun race. If I was him, I think he could have went to the top and cleared me in a lap or 2. I was so tight through 3 and 4.
But a good, solid race and a phenomenal finish here to close off the season and get a see what we can do to pencil whip the season 5 here for the 6-pack challenges with the RBR Maritime group. What's on the schedule? What's on the menu for Trevor Edwards? What have you got going on in sim racing world? Do you have any real racing coming up?
No, I haven't raced in almost a decade now, which is crazy. But just we're getting ready for Road to Pro. We're in the cut line right now, so we ran pretty well first 2 weeks. Can't complain. I'm really excited about Atlanta. So hopefully we'll be top split there. So hopefully we'll be contending for at least a top 5 or top 10.
Looking forward to checking that out for sure. And the McConey Setup Shop Cadillac, you guys don't do it alone. Who helps you get it done here in iRacing for the 32 camp?
I got to thank Jeff McConey. This week he's actually doing a deal where you go to the website and you get a free C Open setup, just as a thank you to all the customers that support us, year round. And it is a really fast setup. I drove it the other night. But I just got to thank McConey Setup Shop, the shop, and Jones Barbecue and Rocket Eye Racing Wraps. If you need a good looking paint scheme, that's who you need to get hooked up with.
And one of the best looking paint schemes. I love that combination of flat black with the kind of gold leaf effect there with the logos and numbers. Good looking paint scheme for sure. But a great win here to close it off. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. And thank you guys for broadcasting it. I'll be back for next season for sure. I hope you guys are too.
100%.
You're just 3 races too late, man.
Yeah, no. Brett didn't tell me it's time, man. That's on Brett. I think he wanted a point
here
money.
Tonight. What a run you had the last 3, buddy.
Yeah, also, I forgot about that. This was mine and Brett's tiebreaker because I won the first week, he won the second week, and this was the tiebreaker.
There you go.
I get to talk a little shit to Brett, so that's going to be fun.
Count it.
Appreciate you guys, though. Thank you.
Trevor Edwards coming home with the victory here tonight, and gonna slide at. Let's see, we'll talk to 3rd place here, and then Mike, I'll let you interview the champion. How about that?
There you go.
There we go. So we're gonna talk to this guy. He's definitely not a hack. It's just a clever name. Brian Hacker coming home with a podium finish. The 111 car looks strong all night long.
Yeah, I felt pretty good. I think we took tires at the right time. It got a little hairy there at the end. I think the 56 and I definitely had better tires than the 32, but it's just so hard to get a run, and he was holding the bottom line like he should, and I think we were just talking, Tanton and I, that we probably should have given each other a little more room so we could have worked around him and then maybe fought for the win between the two of us, but Trevor ran the race that he should have run, so congrats to him on the win.
Yeah, great race all the way through, and a phenomenal finish between the top 3 drivers, and a good race here. What's on the schedule for you? We talked a little bit earlier, well, a few seconds ago here to Edwards. What have you got going on in the sim racing world coming up for you?
And I have no idea. I've got a Monday night league that I typically run. I run, honestly, more dirt than I run asphalt, so I'll probably get back over to run some dirt leagues here. And then, summer's coming up, so I usually take it a little easy in the summer and then get back into it in the fall.
And want to give you an opportunity here to get all the thank yous out of the way. Who gets it done for the 111 team?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys doing this. It's fun to go back and watch these things. Craig and everybody that put this league on. I enjoy coming here and running 6 weeks with the Canadian folks. It's always a good time. I always enjoy running with folks that also come from cold weather like myself. Thanks to Pathfinder Chassis, Carbon Junction is always on the side of the car. A little different look tonight than what you guys are probably typically used to, but and everybody else that runs clean in here. There's a few people that I think could work on it. There's a lot of people that know what they're doing and tend to run clean every week, but it's been a lot of fun, and maybe I'll do this again next spring.
100%. Looking forward to the next season as well, but a great run here tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Now the boss man has arrived, so we may have to sort out this point situation. Greg? Yep. No.
Dane TV. There we go. We're all hooked up now. We got the boss man from the production trailer, or from the big red trailer, the points trailer, Craig Tully, Came in here with a tight points battle. Tan Woldridge 12 points behind Suggs as we started. Where did the numbers? Who is our champion?
Yeah, definitely didn't expect that. My bad. I never even had a tiebreaker planned. The previous season,
better finish.
yeah. So we ended up going with most wins, and Brett had most wins. So Brett's the champ. Tanton definitely props to Tanton on that run, and closing in a 12-point gap. That's pretty impressive. So congrats to Tanton.
100%. And if I heard this right, we're having some audio issues here at the Verdane HQ, but the points ended as a tie. Is that correct?
Yeah, they actually did. Brett was 12 points up, and they finished exactly 12 positions apart. So we went with most wins. So Brett's your champ.
And that's awesome to hear. And that's pretty insane to see. 6 races, 6 different short tracks, and over 35 drivers have started at least one race to have the championship come down to a tie is pretty phenomenal. And Mikey, I'm going to let you talk to our second place finisher, Tanton Woldridge in the 56.
Hey, Tanton, you got a copy?
I do have a copy.
Hey, brother, what's going on, man? What a run you had here. You've been throughout the field, toying with the top 10 and then finding yourself in the right position at that last couple of laps. Man, a heartbreaker here, but man, what a monster night for you as a young lad from Prince Edward Island, taking on some of the top drivers here in Eastern Canada. Take us through your strategy coming into tonight, and let us know what went down in your head.
Yeah, tonight we weren't really thinking points. I can tell you that much with having a 12-point gap, but we were just going to try and contend and have a good finish. And the real reason I've been on iRacing for the past 2 years is just to get better in real life. And I think if you look at the standings from last season and the standings this season, we gained. I think we were 10th last season. We're second this season on a tiebreaker. So. As always, we were just trying to improve each night, both in the sim and for the real world, and I think we were definitely able to capitalize on that part.
Well, we've been able to watch you grow over the last couple of years here at Verdane TV, and it's always an honor to speak to you. I've spoke to you quite a few times, and you're a fine gentleman, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the real race surface, hopefully soon, maybe this summer. But take us down to that final lap, that fourth corner there. What was your strategy coming into that final corner? Were you gonna throw the bumper a little bit harder?
To be honest with you, I didn't really know what to do because I didn't know if there was tiebreakers, and I didn't know what was gonna happen closer to the back. So I was using more bumper than I would have liked to because it's really not my style. I hate having to do it, and I hate even doing it in the sim where there's no, I guess, real damage. But I was using the bumper more than I would have liked to, but we had to kind of battle, and I definitely used it on the 11 for sure, trying to make sure that I maintained in the tying spot. So no, we were just trying to experiment, and I do think that maybe my aggression in the real life side might have to ramp up a little bit more with moving into legend cars this season. But I will say I don't like trying to do that. So we were trying to make sure that we didn't hit anybody too hard, but at the same time put ourselves in the best spot to get the best result.
I've called a lot of races in real life and also in the sim, Tanton, and you're a fine gentleman and always great to watch you. So take it to the bank, but the one that doesn't throw the bumper or too aggressive sometimes ends up being the hero. And we've seen that quite often with Brett Suggs and his way of his strategy in this game. And it's wild, the different personalities that are on the race surface, and I got to say you're one of the top ones and one of our favorites here at Verdane TV. So congratulations on your success here in the RBR Series 6-pack. At the beginning of this one, we've seen yourself and your good buddy John Fitzpatrick, your other Island Boy teammate. A little bit of door slamming there at the beginning, wasn't there?
I don't think there was any door contact. I did get into the back of him once, and that was definitely not intentional. That was a mistake, and actually, today with the iRacing update, there was apparently it messed up everybody's graphics, and I think it got to mine a little bit too. So I was still trying to adjust to that, and it definitely threw me off a little bit.
It was a bit of an entertainment for sure, but always great to see you and Johnny Fitzpatrick close quarter racing. I thought he had a good run here tonight, but finished in the 20th spot, not the night that he wanted. So looking forward to see what you guys got for us. And being from Newfoundland, man, I'm always routing the island boys from Prince Edward Island, and we're really looking forward to seeing what you have in the future for us. So, who do you want to thank tonight for a great season? You know, you had the tiebreaker; it was broken by the win. But who do you got on the car, and who do you want to thank for such a big night?
Yeah, I've been thanking my real life sponsors. I've been trying to do that on every night on the sim, but I tonight there's a few extra people that I want to give thanks to, and that's mom and dad. They've been letting me come down here every single week and rushing me home from work because I get out work at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays. So rushing me home to get on the sim, and they've done a ton. Papa as well. He's been working hard on the legend cars. I know we've been going down there every Sunday to get those ready, and I think a big thanks go to you guys and Brent Roy and Craig and Kyle Gaiman for doing an excellent job on the video side and making sure everybody's keeping their cool, I guess, on the racetrack too. So big thank you to all you guys for putting in all the work, and I'm really excited. I guess season 5 is already brewing up, so I'm excited to see where that goes.
That is excellent to hear, man. Can't wait to see you on the real race surface. I guess that's creeping up on you pretty fast. Like you said, you're busy in the garage with the legend. You're not running the Bandolero no more, are you? You've gone full legend this year.
Full time legend cars this year, and we'll see what else kind of gets thrown into the works.
I may not talk to you before then. Any plans on coming down to Newfoundland for a run? We got some big events for 2022.
If we could, I'd love to. I think with the price of gas right now, though, we're going to be trying to pick and choose our races. So, we're always open to more marketing partners as well. So if you want to hop on board, you can give me a message on Facebook, or if you know my phone number, give me a shout.
I'll get Irving to sponsor you.
Perfect, thank you. We'd appreciate that.
I'll get you some gas cards to get you over here, pay for your boat or something. But we'd love to have you over here in the Rock. But once again, man, congratulations for myself personally, and as all of us from RBR as well as Vidane TV. Good job, man.
Thank you, and congrats to Brett Suggs on the championship as well.
That's Tam Woolridge, your tied champion here tonight, but broken by that win from Brett Suggs. Paul, you've caught up with our champion.
Yeah, 100%. And the first finish outside of the top 10, coming home with the championship. Looking at these stats: 4th place, 9th place, 1st, 2nd, 1st, and now 14th. And it's enough to bring home the championship with those wins being tiebreakers. Brett, it's been a phenomenal season. We've talked to you almost every single week here on Vidane TV. What's going through your mind right now?
Yeah, man, just a crazy kind of way to end the season. You know, I didn't really expect to have to drive like a madman up through the field, a lap down on new tires to hopefully try to get the lucky dog. But you know, luckily we had a couple wins in the bank to secure us for the tiebreaker.
And coming into the evening with a 12-point gap between yourself and second place Dan Woolridge, kind of, you almost don't want to use it as the cushion, but it definitely helps with the confidence going into it. And we saw you were running up in the top 5, top 10 early on, and looking at timing and scoring, ended up a lap down. How did that happen? Was that an incident on the track, a bad pit stop?
No, it was just it was probably around lap 100, maybe 90 or so, and some of us head down pit road, and I didn't even consider that I was going to lose a lap on pit road. That never even crossed my mind. And I took 4 tires and lost that lap, and was just kind of trying to play catch up the rest of the while, trying to catch the lucky dog. And I mean, we battled really, really hard and close with Campbell and Caden there. In the end, Campbell got the lucky dog, and then we stayed green the rest of the way. So kind of just, you know, fighting for all we could to make as many points, which positions rather, ended up being as much as we could make, 14th. No other cars to get around once we were still a lap down. So crazy how it came down to a tiebreaker like that. I wish I would have done a little bit better job, you know, planning on pit road to not even have to be in that situation. But just happy that it kind of all worked out there in the end.
Making the absolute best of a situation that could have been way worse. And we talked mid-race about the new colors on that race car this evening, the Frank's Red Hot ride. Are we going to be filling that championship trophy with Frank's Red Hot sauce?
Oh, you already know it. Got a couple bottles stowed away, ready to go at any given time. So we'll definitely be celebrating big with some Frank's Red Hots.
The 2022 RBR Maritime Six-Pack Challenge champion, ready to rock and roll here for Season 5. We know you got a big schedule in the sim racing world with streaming and the real racing world. What's going on in the world of Brett Suggs?
Yeah, we got a lot of big content-related things coming out this year, working with a lot of drivers with our business, Brett Suggs Racing Marketing. So that's going to keep me pretty well occupied for, the greater part of the year. But, if an opportunity arises to take the truck out for a couple spins here and there, we're definitely going to strike at it. And going to be at the racetrack a whole lot, though. Even though I might not be behind the wheel, we're always going to be at the racetrack. As a matter of fact, this coming weekend, I might go to Caraway for the Cars Tour race. So we'll see how that pans out. But, everybody that puts this whole deal together to really support the stream and everybody at Team 33 watching along, twitch.tv/Brett Suggs 33, Brett Suggs Racing Marketing, everybody. I had Trevor there working with him in the Discord. Congrats to him on a big dub. Second one. So I guess now Trevor and I are tied for wins in the league. But, of course, you guys putting on phenomenal broadcasts. It's always a pleasure to go back and watch and listen and see the sights and sounds that the booth sees that I might not see from the track. So, and of course, Tulco for sponsoring this race. Big shout out to Craig Tully putting up a big 6-pack, and happy to go 2 for 2 there past 2 seasons now. And also, last but not least, I want to thank Team NS Racing for supporting our IRL and our iRacing program. Everything they do really means a lot.
100%, man, and a great season. Looking forward to the future. Celebrate tonight, though. 2022, the RBR Maritime Six-Pack champion here this evening.
Thanks, guys.
Wait till he finds out that there's actual chicken wing beer out of Texas.
We're going to have to get them to sponsor them. I don't even know where you found that stuff. But the boss man's still hanging out. Craig Tully, another season in the
hanging out because I wanted to make sure I thanked each of the race sponsors because, without them, we wouldn't get on with you guys. And, it's always great rewatching it. You guys do a great job. So, Tulco Electric, which is did this one, which is myself. Vino's Truck and Auto, JPB Construction, Limerick Construction, Scott Negus for sponsoring. We are doing a season 5. We're going to roll right into it. It's kind of more of a laid back one. I'm not sure how many broadcasts we're going to do. If somebody wants to jump on and sponsor it, for sure we'll jump on with Paul and Mike. But it's going to be a thank you for the people that helps us out. Brent is going to pick a race, any car, any track. It has to be on pavement, though. We're not going to race dirt and get a bunch of cautions. So, but yeah, we're going to do 6 races. The champ's going to get a pick, a couple of the admins, a few of the sponsors. So it's just a thank you and something to switch it up, get out of these super lates for a little bit.
100%. Looking forward to season 5, and can't do it alone. Always great to have sponsors on board, and we got a big future ahead for the RBR Maritime Group. Anybody out there that wants to get their brand out there, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, reach out on our Facebook page. Just search RBR Maritime iRacing. Hit me up there, and we'll get you hooked up.
Entertaining the masses all season long. Some phenomenal racing here on Tuesday night. Brought to us by the man, Craig Tully and Mikey. It's been an action-packed season here. You've been helping me out in the booth here all season long. Pretty good season. Pretty good race.
It's not too shabby, It's always great to be here. RBR Series never disappoints. Some great drivers in here from across Eastern Canada as well as a couple from the United States. But, man, did the Tulco Electric 150 not disappoint the masses here tonight? Man, we had a championship run, a tiebreaker. We had great runs. Brian Hacker throwing down here tonight. Noel Fougere coming from the back of the pack. Conrad Murphy, the hard charger, 12 spots here tonight. Had a great run, finding himself in a P6. So overall, man, it's been a great series, a great night, and always a pleasure to be here at Hickory for a big night.
And with that, I want to thank everybody tuning in here tonight on Facebook, on YouTube, and finally back on Twitch. Give us a like, a subscribe, a follow, a share, all that good stuff. Give us a shout out on all these social media outlets as well. Let them know that you watch some entertaining iRacing action here. We'll catch you on the flip side. When we do, we're going to be doing it live.
That will be